Hopping right into the charts, let's go. This is my 1 minute day trading chart. I have Tom Williams and Tim Sketchy up here because they commented first. And Tom Williams, I'm sorry, you probably didn't see yourself yesterday, but that's because the price dropped and I put your name up higher because I was hoping to have a green day. Nonetheless, here we go. What am I looking at? This does look like a bottoming pattern. I kind of want to say inverted head and shoulders, but it doesn't really have quite that shape. I like to call these small chart patterns just bottoming patterns because they don't typically meet the criteria for Bulkowski's pattern IDs. I have this website, thepatternsight.com, pulled up above. You can see it here, and I have a page pulled up for the piercing pattern. I'll get there when we get to the daily candles. Right now, while I look at the 1 minute chart, you can see that the day started and we had this double top. Right at open, I bought another protective put. I mean, I had to go somewhere, so I just opened a protective put and left and said, I'm going to hope for the best. I actually wasn't here for any of this to run up. So it was nice to come back and see the price moving higher. The price did break a downtrend, consolidate, and push above a horizontal level of support and resistance at around 1320, ultimately falling down below that level, consolidating, and then springing back up above to break that downtrend. I did some Elliott wave analysis on this, and I'm sorry if my Elliott wave analysis is terrible. It's just, this is the extent of my knowledge. I did another 5-wave study on it, like a motive wave, where you have a push up, a retrace, boom, 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 just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it worked out really well. And then that corrective phase, that downtrend, right? It also has a 1, 2, 3 wave form to it, and this is actually the same pattern I'm seeing play out on a bigger time frame. And I'll zoom out and show that too in a minute. It's just really interesting to see this same pattern playing out on a smaller time frame. And now we see that this corrective phase has ended and this downtrend is broken, moving into tomorrow, which I'm hoping is starting a wave 3, which would be another push up like we saw here at the open, a wave 1. And this micro 1, 2, and 3 is actually part of a third wave of the larger trend, which I will zoom out and show right now. And I'm going to pull my drawing set up here, measure to move up, wave. There you go. This is a little bigger, much bigger. And as you can see, it features the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, motive, wave, lots of waves. It's hard to talk sometimes. All the terminology is so specific, and I don't script this. And generally, I try to do this in one take because this takes a lot of time, like a surprising amount of time. Nonetheless, I digress. As you can see, on this larger time frame, wave 2 has ended. And look what the price is doing. It's pushing up and out, just like we saw it doing on the 1 minute time frame. That's crazy. I'm going to show it again. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that 5-wave pattern is part of a bigger wave 1. And then there's a clean 1, 2, 3 push down to form wave 2. And this one features a little bullish divergence right here. And that downtrend breaks, starting wave 3. Going back to the 1 minute chart and going back to my little wave drawings, and you can see it all over again on a smaller time frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and then whoop, starting wave 3. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about fractals. The price moves in weird ways. I don't know why this works, but it does, so I don't argue with the results. So that's my Elliott wave analysis, and it's going pretty well. So what's the projection here? Well, I'm hoping to see $15 tomorrow, at least $15. I'm actually hoping to see 18, and that would be a big run. I know, like, who am I to call out that AMC is going to make a big run up? Come on, Cap, really? You really think that? And the answer is yes. Yes, I do. And I'm holding on to some calls which will either expire worthless tomorrow or maybe make me some money. And I've been betting on my analysis, trading according to my analysis, and that's what I'm doing now. So maybe this is like the first time I really burn my account, and that's fine because this is all money that I can lose. It's profits. Generally, when I trade with that mindset, I lose the money. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. So here we go. I really am hoping for another big push up. Yesterday I said I need a rinse and repeat of this first wave of that big motive wave, and we kind of got it. Not quite as strongly as I was hoping to. So maybe we'll see the big pop tomorrow. Volume, of course, you can see did not increase today. We are still in this decreasing volume trend. Applied volatility is still dropping, suggesting that the consolidation pattern is still intact. And that's totally fine. I think that once this breaks out to the upside, it will be big. Now let's talk about that daily candlestick pattern, the piercing pattern. This is my daily chart. This is nice. I like this. So I'm going to read Bulkowski's blurb here. He says, the piercing pattern acts in theory as it does in reality, as a bullish reversal, ranking 21 out of 103 candlestick patterns where one is best. So that's good, right? He says that the performance is good, and that suggests that the price trend after the breakout is lasting and a profitable one. Now, by breakout, he means a close above or below this candlestick, and I think we're going to get that close above, and I think we're going to get more than just that close above. I think we're going to come all the way up here and form, I want to call them like extended pipes, the pipe bottoms, where you have two candles. Like, these are almost pipes. Really, a pipe bottom features two candles of equal height side by side. More often than not, I see this occur where you have that same price action, but it's kind of torn in between 3 or 4 days. So here's 3 red candles and 2 green candles with very similar lows. And it's almost like if you were to chop off half of that red candle, you'd have this perfect pipe bottom between them, but you don't. And so I'm thinking, I want to see something similar here where we see the price come all the way up near to or at the peak of this candle, which had a high of 16.13. I mean, there's no way we're going to get to 18 tomorrow. So I'm probably going to get burned on these calls. Yeah, probably am. It would be good to see a breakaway gap. That is to say that in the pre-market or in the after hours, we're going to see the price rise. And then at the open, there's a continued push higher. And there's a few reasons why that can happen, especially on a Friday, as options run into the money and there's some demand for shares. So I am hoping to see that as well. Now, the volume today wasn't spectacular. It was good because it was at that 30-period average, just barely. The 30-period average coming at 45 million, 42,000, and the actual volume being at 45 million, 81,000. Very close, but it is there. You can see that this is probably, I think that this might be our first little push of our first inkling of volume, and that we're actually going to see an explosion of volume here to follow, and IV will increase as the price moves up to these targets, ultimately leading us up towards around $25, $24, which is where the downtrend is from 72.62, and that's defined by that next high at $34, which we recently had. So that's where I'm at with AMC. I think this looks really good. We came down, touched the top of that triangle, and boom, pushed up off of it. A classic 1, 2, and now I'm looking for that big push up, wave 3. This is a 1, 2, 3 bullish reversal pattern playing out after a double bottom, somewhat defined by a symmetrical triangle. I'm bullish on AMC still. I understand the bearish sentiment prevails, and I find myself to be contrary to whatever that prevailing sentiment is more often than not, but I'm also using technical analysis. I gotta tell you, how do I feel? Exhausted. Like, oh my goodness. Would I want to buy calls right now if I weren't already holding them? No, because that's sentiment, but the analysis suggests that the price is still going up. I'm gonna move over to GME really quickly. What time am I at? 8 minutes. I'm not even gonna try to make this short anymore. There it is. There it is. There's a flag on GME. I've been following it for a couple of days now, zooming out. Well, into the 15-minute to get some more definition here. That is good. That looks really good. This is a breakout, and we've closed higher. This is very, very good. I'm hoping that this is a half staff formation, because if it is, we're going to get a run as high as the first run that led to the flag, and that would take us to a high of, close to $200. That's all there is. That's all I have to say is I'm waiting for this thing to pop. I'm waiting for AMC and GME to actually pop up, which feels weird saying because there's like no fundamental reason why these stocks should be trading at these levels. There really isn't. And that's okay. Just if things don't make sense, that's fine. I guess. I haven't looked at the index funds today. I'm going to go open up SPY, have a peek. That looks like a nice little run, doesn't it? Price tried to fall, formed a double bottom, pushed out and higher. Nice closing candle. This is good. I like it. I wish volume was a little higher still. I am still waiting for some higher volume. Now, I do see the potential here for another pretty rad run. We had this big push from about 380 up to 416, so $30, maybe another $30 off of 407, moves to 437. You know, that makes a lot of sense. I think that we've only seen half of this run play out. We're going to probably get a good push tomorrow, happy Friday, and then next week, ooh, yeah, things are better than we thought they were. And then we'll see what happens when the Fed talks in mid-June. You know, it's all a guessing game at this point, what the Fed's gonna decide to do, but I think they're going to bet on the market going up. They're going to do something to make the market go up, I think. That's what I believe. I don't know what that means. Just take it with a grain of salt. Remember, I'm just vlogging here, just rambling. Yeah, so here we go. This is nice. Look at this push higher above this rectangle. That's an upward breakout. Volume was low. That can be okay. I'm still going to want to see volume come in, though, before I really say we're going much, much higher. Implied volatility is dropping as the price retraces its steps. This might even be a little dip in here. I wonder what that's doing. You know, this pink zone, this is a pretty strong pink zone. It's good to see, you know, the gapping that happened through here kind of filled a little bit. I mean, it's still like a little open, but I think it's pretty safe to say that we're going to watch this climb as well. Having a peek at IWM. Whew. That's a nice candle. I haven't looked at this yet. Also, my chart drawings are all over the place. Let me just get my chart patterns up and zoom out. And actually, I'll go over this. I know I have a lot of new subscribers. Chart pattern analysis is what I do. I use Bulkowski's website, his patterns, all that jazz, blah, blah, blah. Here's a bunch of patterns with all of their targets met in perfect order, which is awesome. And now we see that we've got a sweet double bottom formed as the price broke out of a broadening bottom featuring a partial rise. The downtrend has broken, and now we have a big 1, 2, and we're starting that third wave moving higher. This is very exciting. Volume was still low. IV is doing a little better than it was in SPY. The RSI is starting to come up, and that's really good. So I think the bears are going to get wrecked. And really this downtrend, this is in range. I'm going to say this is in range. Another day tomorrow of equal height would constitute a breakout of that downtrend. The price would probably fall back down to test that downtrend before moving higher. I just need to delete some of these lines. This is so sloppy. Like, come on. Okay, just delete. So yeah, here we go. I'm thinking we get a push higher, duplicate that drawing. Don't move the drawing, just take it. And then it might drop to test that downtrend. And then we'll see if this is a topping pattern or not before we see a push higher. So this is going to matter a lot, how this corrective phase is defined. If I see a topping pattern on the intraday chart, that's going to give me a big cue. I would like to see a topping pattern here go bust as the price bounces off of that downtrend, but who knows? Okay, so overall I'm feeling pretty bullish. Today was a green day. That felt really good because I really needed a green day. I still need one more kick-ass candle to really seal the deal, but overall, I'm still feeling pretty good. If I lose a bunch of money, that's okay. These are all profits, and I have some birthday cash to burn as well, so that's going to be fun, especially if we do make a big rally. Maybe I'll YOLO it. I don't know. That's not really my style, but as of late, I've been on point with the analysis, and my trading's been going pretty well, so it's about time something goes wrong. I was hoping to see a high of $18 this week. Tomorrow's the last day for that to happen, and I'm talking about AMC when I say that. And of course, I mean, a run to 18 right now doesn't look like it's gonna happen, and that's okay. Feel free to subscribe. I've never asked for subscriptions ever, but I'm getting close to that 1,000 mark, and at that point I'll be able to monetize, and I would like to do that because this is a lot of effort. I would love to get something back monetarily for the effort. I guess that's what I have for today's video. Happy trading.